Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Amy and I'm a cruelty-free makeup enthusiast and blogger. I have a bunch of new makeup with me today and I used all of this to achieve this look that you're seeing now. So if you're curious as to these products, how they applied, what I did, and just kind of my initial thoughts and reactions, then keep on watching. Alright, so let's just go right into it. I have my NYX Ultimate Utopia palette here. I think I'm just going to start off right with the eyes. I'm going to go right into a matte lighter shade just to set. So I think I'm going to go into this one right here. This one's a bit more kind of like in the middle, like a neutral nude. I'm just going to set that. I have already primed my lids. And then I did do my eyebrows off camera before starting filming. So I haven't tried NYX eyeshadows in a hot minute. I'm usually not keen on picking up new palettes from them just because their formula is a little inconsistent. I never know which one I want to try, and then when I do try, I usually end up getting disappointed. But this color story just sang to me, so I had to do this. I love the shades in here too because they're so fallish. See how pretty all those shades are and the depth that you get in there. So moving on, let's go in with the NYX. I bought their crease brush. This is their number 17. And it had really good reviews online, so I wanted to give it a try. It's super soft. I like that it's not too big or too small, and it's got a nice thicker base to it too to hold on to. So I'm kind of drawn, like, do I want to go more to the warmer tones or the cooler tones? I feel like I do with whatever I want to with my Team Herbivore sweatshirt that I have on. I'm really cold today, so that's why I'm wearing this. I kind of want to go into this cooler side here, so I'm going to do a transition shade far in the right corner right here. This is like a grayish shade. I think I'm just going to pop this in and do this as a transition. Let's see how that goes. Just to lay an initial color down. Now I can either deepen up the crease. There's more of this grayish blue right here, or I could go into more of a grayish purple, and I'm kind of like torn between the two. So I think I'm going to go in with the grayish blue. I'm a really big fan of these kind of gray-based shades lately. This brush is really nice too. I like it a lot. Okay, NYX, I see you. I see you. This is actually going down really lovely. Let's go into this more teal shade. This one's much darker. I'm just going to keep using the same brush. I really like this brush, the way it feels and the way it's picking up the pigment and applying the pigment. I'm just going to put this more on the outside of the lid. Just kind of work this out here. Oh, wow, this is blending really nicely. I'm kind of happy that I waited on the reviews on this to see what people were saying about it, because I remember when I first saw this color story, I was drawn to it, but I'm like, oh, you know, I always have not the best luck with NYX shadows, and when I saw that it was getting pretty decent reviews, I'm like, I think I'm gonna pick it up. And I normally don't go for palettes that have 40 shades in them. This is a lot of shades, but I do really, really like the colors, so I'm kind of happy that I ended up choosing to get this. See, I think those both blended out really nicely. Okay, cool. I'm going to go back into the lighter shade, that light green shade that I went into for the transition, and I think I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. I'm just using the same brush too. Really, really digging this crease brush. Kind of want to go in and just deepen up a bit more, but I don't want to go too crazy because I am going to work today, so I don't know. Let me see. Do I want to do more, or should I just put shimmer on the lid? Let's just do a tiny bit more. I just need to get a really small brush now. So let me get something tiny, teeny tiny. Just grabbing a Sigma Blending E36 brush. And I think I'm going to grab, there is a deeper gray shade right here that I'm going to go into. So I think I'm just going to pop this slightly on the edge here and just blend into the outer crease. Just get that. I don't know why I'm holding this like that. And just get that deeper blend. I'm already fairly impressed, guys, with the quality of this. Kind of shocked. I do have to say, though, I still think the price is a bit too much. If you, I bought this with my points, but I feel like if you have points, or if you could get this on sale, then do it that way if you're interested in this. Or if it's too many shades, there is a 16 pan palette that's more of like a curated form of this palette, and then I think there's like a 5 or 6 pan one which is even more curated. So if it's, you know, if you don't want the 40 shades, there's definitely smaller options available. I liked this one because the larger one had all the pastel shades in it too, which I thought were really pretty. But I'm not mad at how this is performing. I just think that NYX, I think, is a little overpriced for the drugstore, because this, I think, was like $30 or $35, and you can get more, you know, indie brands or mid-range brands for the same price. So they're definitely up there. As for the packaging, it's okay. It's nothing extravagant. There was like kind of a lot of scratches on this plastic top here on the cover, but I do like that it has this little press open right here. Let's move on to some shimmer, because I really, really want to play with the shimmer. This more tealish kind of blue right here is kind of speaking to me. I'm just going to apply it with my finger. This feels pretty creamy. Let me just hold that up to you to see how pretty that is. I'm just gonna apply this. This almost feels like a topper, like a pretty, almost glittery topper. Very mermaidy. Actually, it's coming off a lot more green upon applying it. That's what the shimmer looks like there. I think it's really, really pretty. Before I do anything else, let's go to the face products, and then we'll come and finish up the eyes. So I'm pretty excited because Credo did a collaboration with Ulta. So they have a lot of their clean products that they sell online at their store available at Ulta now. So I wanted to pick up this Exa foundation and primer. I just think everything's so cool. It's all recyclable. But this is the smoothing primer. It has cocoa fruit powder in it. It also has free radical fighting fatty acids, and it's supposed to blur the skin. I'm just going to, let's see. Ooh, okay. So it does look like a typical blurring primer. If anyone's ever tried, oh gosh, years ago, before I even went cruelty-free, it kind of reminds me of the Porefessional from Benefit. So it feels really nice on the skin, but it almost has, I don't think it has silicones in it, but it almost has that silicone feel to it. It's definitely a blurring, pore filling, smoothing primer. This feels really nice on the skin. It doesn't feel tacky in any way, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you're looking for, but I feel very smooth, and yeah, that did actually a pretty good job with smoothing out my pores. So let's see how the foundation goes on over this. This is the High Fidelity Semi-Satin Foundation. I got James 40. This is a light neutral foundation shade. That's usually what I wear. I know that these lights kind of make me look a lot paler than I really am. Again, it comes with this carton here that's recyclable, the beautiful glass component. I love that. Love the pump in here. So let's apply with a beauty blender. That's normally what I do. So I'm just going to pump this out. Okay. It's like a normal kind of liquidy consistency. So let's just give this a go. I usually just pat this around. I have a blemish on my cheek from wearing a mask. So hopefully this covers it a little bit. blend it out okay. It definitely is a satin finish. I would definitely agree with that assessment for now. I do see my pores and my blemishes kind of peeking through. That's not necessarily a bad thing for me. I don't mind seeing my skin, but I feel like it's definitely more of a lighter coverage. And I do see a bit of streaking, but I will just blend that away. All right, let's move on. So I did get a concealer that I've wanted to try for so long. This is from Hynt Beauty, and this is their Duet Perfecting Concealer. I got the shade Light. Now this is like a lighter yellow-based shade, and this is supposed to be a really good pot concealer. So that's what it looks like. And this thing has won like Allure Beauty Awards, and I've just wanted to try this for so long. So I'm just gonna try just a tiny bit underneath my eye. Just gonna put a little bit. Feels very, very creamy. I hear pot concealers are really the best for covering up acne as well. So I'm interested in trying this again underneath foundation and seeing how this does. I find that these concealers do require a bit more work to blend out. Like I'm really patting away here. I don't mind that it's so yellow-based because it's definitely brightening underneath the eye. Again, I have more of a neutral skin tone that leans towards yellow, so I would prefer it to be this yellow as opposed to rosy. Oh, some of the eyeshadow got underneath my eyes too, but that's okay. We can deal with that. All right, so that went on. It definitely covered it and it brightened for sure. So I don't have a new bronzer, so I just put a cream bronzer on, and I have more cream products to try though. So the first thing I want to show you guys is the new Naturale. This is their Crème Multistick in Awaken. I really thought this was a beautiful shade, so I'm going to apply this on my cheeks and then perhaps my lips too. So let's see how this goes. If I just kind of dab, 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 dab. I like it because it's a deeper pink, it's not too bright, and there's a really pretty shimmer in there. So let's just see how this applies. That's pretty. Maybe just do a little bit more. I'm just going to put it on my finger. Trying this on the lips too. Oh, I like that. Okay, very like more of a natural kind of stain that gives the lips. So now for the thing I think I'm most excited to try. This is the Rituel de Fille. This is the Alchemist Highlighter Intensifier. This is supposed to be a highlighter for your highlighter. I love this brand. I have a bunch of their cream pigments and highlighters, so I'm really interested in trying this on top of a highlighter. So let's put down a highlighter and then let's put this on top of it and see how it goes. They did give me a sample of Phosphene, which I'm not sure which one this is. This is one of their Inner Glow pigments. So let me see if I could actually open this. I don't know if that's going to be too dark or not. Oh, no, this might work. All right, so I'm going to put in this on this Inner Glow pigment in Phosphene, which if anyone reads Greek mythology, I like the name of this. So I'm just going to put this on with my pinky. Shall we do this? I'm so excited. First of all, look at this thing. Let's see, focus. Look at that. Isn't that so interesting? Okay, I'm just going to go in with my finger. Wow, this feels like butter, like melted butter. Let's try to put this on top. I feel like if you really piled this on, this could be something. Oh yeah, it's building up quite nice. I feel like this is just a pretty highlighter on its own. mean, in the photos that I saw for this, it was just like blinding everyone. Oh, okay. Do you see that? I'm such a magpie who loves shiny things. I'm like, ooh, shiny. Let's finish up the eyes now. So this was really fun to work with, actually. Let's put this on the eyes as well. First, let's go in. I think I'm going to do the lower lash line on the eyes now. I'm going to kind of work backwards. I'm going into that gray, that really deep gray, and I'm just going to go underneath the lash line. Okay, get some good definition in there. I'm going to go back into that NYX brush, and I think I'm just going to ever so gently tap that bluish gray shade right here. And I'm going to put that underneath. And then I'm going to go back into the lighter gray shade and just get a gradient going. I want to try this bluish green based silver right here. So let's see, you can't really see what I'm showing you because the lights kind of wash it up, but it's this one right here. I'm going to put this on the inner corner and the brow bone. It's actually a lot darker than I thought it would be. But let's do it anyway, and then we can put that, oh wow, this is a really, oh, this shade is super pigmented. Holy wow. Okay, let's go into our highlighter intensifier. I'm just going to wipe my brush off, and I'm going to put this on top. Let's see how this applies with the brush. Ooh. This isn't necessarily a new product, but I've had this in my collection for some time and I've yet to open it. This is from the Beauty Crop. This is their fabulous flocking lashes, which is so funny. I love that name. I love the little flamingos all over it. So let's just give this a try. All right, that's what it looks like. I'm not crazy about this mascara. I'm almost like, do I want to put a third coat on with this or try with something else? And let's go into something else because I don't know how I feel about that. Let's just go into my trusty Marc Jacobs. This is my At Lash mascara. This is like one of my favorite mascaras, so I'm just going to go over this. So this is the final look. I'm just bringing you a little bit closer. Already my mascara touched the top near my eyebrow, so I just have to be sure to let that dry before I wipe it off. But I wanted to show you up close what it did look like. It's very dewy looking, satiny, natural, moisturized kind of look that I'm getting from this. Alrighty, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I hope you liked seeing me try out all these new beauty products. I'm pretty excited. There wasn't anything that I outwardly hated, but I don't want to give really a review until I try it out much more. But I can say, though, that I'm very impressed by the eyeshadow, so I'm looking forward to playing with that palette a lot more. Are there any items here that you have in your collection or you're interested in trying? Let me know. Are there any products here that you have tried and that you like or that you want to try now that you've seen this video? Please comment down below. I love chatting with you guys. Remember to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next time, remember to stay compassionate and chic. Bye!